I wanted to show you the two channels that we're going to work on today, which is the lung channel and the large intestine channel, okay? So every channel connects to an organ, and from that, so it starts pretty much very shallow from the fingers or the toes, and then it goes deeper inside the body, okay? So the lung channel starts here, it goes into this sort of triangle right in front of the deltoid, travels just outside the elbow crease where you've got all the tendons, and travels all the way into the thumb, into the edge of the nail. And then it connects with the large intestine. And the large intestine starts from the index finger and it goes all the way up. So basically, as you're bringing the thumb up, it runs across the crest of the arm, and then it goes into the top of the deltoid, on the front of the deltoid. From here, it goes across the neck, on the upper lip, and it crosses to the top of the nose, okay? So anybody that has got any lung problems, any large intestine problems, this is a very good class to do, okay? So today, we're basically gonna work on having a little bit more time on each pose. That's why you need quite a lot of pillows. You need something where when we're doing the fish pose, we're gonna open the chest so you can lie all the way across. So it can be like a big towel that you can roll up, or a blanket, or a pillow that you roll up. You need a strap, and that's it, okay? And we're gonna stay a little bit longer on each pose, okay? So we're gonna start with stretching this channel, this basically large intestinal lung channel. So make yourself next to a wall, and you're placing the hand onto the wall with the palm on the wall and the thumb facing up towards the ceiling, okay? And then keep your arm as straight as you can. Don't bring the arm higher than the shoulder, is at a level with the shoulder or lower, thumb facing up, and then you're pressing onto that palm and you're turning towards the right. So you should feel a stretch from the index finger all the way into the shoulder, and that starts to open your lung and large intestine channel. So we're gonna stay here, keep your knees nice and relaxed. You're looking towards the opposite shoulder, and you're taking nice and long breaths. We're gonna take 5 breaths here. So you start breathing through the nose, inhaling to the count of 5, and exhaling to the count of 5. And then try not to tense up on this posture. You want to feel in any of the postures that we're going to do today, you're going to want to feel up to 30-40% pain, okay? Tension. The rest has to be quite relaxed. So every time you're working on these postures today, you're working on 40% of your stretching capabilities, okay? And then we're going to do it on the other side. So you're placing the palm of the hand onto the wall, thumb facing up towards the ceiling. You're trying to straighten the arm, so you're positioning your body so that the side of your body is towards the wall, and then you're turning towards the opposite side, feeling the stretch onto the arm, onto the front of the shoulder. And then breathing nice and long breaths, and allowing this stretch to sort of work into the channel. So you can also close your eyes if you want to. Much slower pace today, so we're gonna do less poses, but we're gonna stay longer into them. Inhaling to the count of 5, and exhaling to the count of 5. And then come back into the center, release the arm. You're coming facing me with the feet hip-width apart. We're gonna do what is called a qigong stretch, and this is specific for the lungs, okay? So the knees are gentle, so they're not locked, they're slightly bent. And on the next inhale, you bring your hands up towards the ceiling so that they're level with the shoulder. The index and the thumb are touching each other. And then exhale here. On the next inhale, you're bringing your hands up slightly and you're bringing your arms out to the sides. As you're here, you're starting to push the wrists so that you're bringing the hands slightly up, feeling the stretch onto the arms. And then on the exhale, you're turning the palms up towards the ceiling and you're bringing the hands back towards the center. That's one circle. Turn the hands down towards the floor. Inhale, bring the hands slightly up, making an arch, coming as wide as you can. Again, 30-40% of stretch and pain. And then push the wrists away. On the next exhale, bring your hands up towards the ceiling and you're bringing your hands together. We're gonna do one more. Bring the hands, the palms facing down towards the floor. Inhale, slightly arching so that you're bringing your arms out as much as you can, pushing the wrists away from you, and then turn the palms up and bring the hands back towards the center. Last one. Turn the palms down. Inhale, bring your arms out, push the wrists, turn the palms up, and exhale, you're bringing them back down towards the floor. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. We're coming to the top of the mat. So try to maintain the breathing nice and long, 5 breaths, counting of 5 on the inhale, counting of 5 on the exhale. On the next inhale, place your hands on the hips, feet together. Exhale, you're bringing your right foot out, turning the toes towards the top right corner of the mat. Both heels on the floor, both legs straight, pulling the kneecaps up on the inhale. You're bringing your arms parallel to the floor, and exhale, you're leaning forward, placing your hands under on the shin or on the inside of the ankle, and then bringing your right arm up towards the ceiling. Now we're focusing on opening the shoulders, okay? So wherever you are, imagine we have to stay here for at least a minute, so make yourself comfortable with the hand and with the rest of the body. And then you're turning the torso towards your right, opening up that right arm, bringing that right shoulder blade towards the spine, feeling that stretch into the front of the arm and the front of the shoulder. You're looking straight ahead or towards the ceiling. Inhale into the count of 5. Exhale into the count of 5. Pull the kneecaps up. Make sure you're still turning the torso towards the right. That gives you the stretch onto the right arm. And then on the next inhale, you're looking down towards the floor. Exhale, bring your arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, hands on the hips. And exhale, you're turning the feet over so that you're pointing now. Your right foot is forward, the left foot is back, and you're turning the left toes towards the top left corner of the mat. Pull the kneecaps up on the inhale, bring your hands parallel to the floor, and exhale, you're leaning forward, placing your hand on the shin, left arm up towards the ceiling. Bring that right shoulder, the left shoulder back towards the spine, and then you're turning the torso towards your left. And as you're squeezing that shoulder blade towards the spine, you're really feeling the front of your shoulder, which is the area that we're focusing on today. Opening up, you're either looking straight ahead or towards your left hand. Don't collapse onto your right arm. You're still extending the right side of your rib cage. Inhale into the count of 5. Exhale into the count of 5. Focus onto that area. Focus onto the 2 channels that I've shown you on the arm. And really focus into opening that area more and more. Allowing the fascia to stretch as we're staying a little bit longer on the pose. And then on the next inhale, you're looking down towards the floor. Exhale, you're bringing your hands parallel to the floor. Inhale, hands on the hips. And exhale, bring yourself to the top of the mat so that you can see me. We're gonna do a modified chair pose specific for the long channel. So you've got the feet together and you're sitting back. Imagine you've got a chair just a foot away from the back of your feet. So you're sitting down, and then you're bringing your arms forward with the wrist pointing up towards the ceiling. So you're really rolling the shoulder back, opening the chest. Keeping the knees together, looking forward, rolling the shoulder back, pushing the chest forward. This one we cannot stay very long because it's not a very relaxing pose. 3, one more breath here, 2, and 1. You're straightening the legs, bringing your arms towards you. And then now have your feet hip width apart. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Roll the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then to make it comfortable, we're gonna bend the knees and we're gonna fold forward, relaxing our torso onto the thighs, but bringing the arms over the head, relaxing the head. So you're pointing the top of the head down towards the floor, and you're stretching, you're pulling the arms away from the body. So you're feeling the stretch onto the front of the shoulders again. Make sure you're squeezing the shoulder blades together so that you're really protecting the shoulder, and you're stretching now the lung and the large intestine channels. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. We're going to do 2 more breaths here. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. And 1 long last breath. Make sure you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up. Hands on the hips. We're going to do the second chair pose. This time we're going to bring the arms out to the sides, okay? Feet together, ankles together. On the next inhale, you're sitting back. Knees together, chest forward. You're bringing the arms out to the sides so that the arms are onto the side with the palm, with the fingers pointing up towards towards the ceiling. You're bending the hands at the wrists. 3, 2, push the chest forward. And 1, bring your legs together, straighten the legs. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Okay, and now you're coming to the top of the mat, and you're taking a long step out to the sides of the mat with at least 3 feet in between the feet, hands on the hips. What you're going to do now, you want to first position the feet so that the edges of the feet are in line with the edges of the mat. You're putting the weight onto the edges of the feet so that you can raise the inside of your arches. And now we're focusing on to stretching this part of the body, so the lung and the large intestine. You're rolling the elbows back, keeping your hands on the hips so that the thumb is behind your waist and the fingers are on the waist. And then keeping the elbows as far back as you can. On the next inhale, you're looking up towards the ceiling, opening the chest. On the exhale, keeping the elbows where they are, you're folding forward, letting go of the head. Try to squeeze the elbows together, so you're pointing the elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. You can also bend the knees slightly if you prefer. We're going to stay for 4 long breaths here. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try to bring the elbows up towards the ceiling. Release the head down. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up. Bring the heels towards the center, toes towards the center, heels towards the center. And we're going to do a couple of exercises on our fours, okay? So make sure you grab hold of pillows or the block. And I'll show you what you need to do. Okay, so you're bringing either the pillow on the front or the block, okay? And what you want to do, you want to come forward. And then what you're going to do, you're going to bring your right arm across and then your left arm across as well. So the left arm is on top of the right, so it's above it. The left arm ends up at the top, okay? Elbows are in line with each other, and now try to shift the arms as far away as you can with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. You can use the pillows or the blocks to relax your head. We're gonna stay here for at least 2 minutes, so make yourself comfortable with the head. Make sure that the shoulders, so basically you're bringing your arms out as much as you can, relaxing the forehead onto the pillows, feeling the stretch onto the back of the arms, but also you're contracting the front of the arms, which is where the channel is. As you're taking nice and long breaths, you're also allowing the whole of the shoulder to relax. If it's too much of a stretch, use more pillows to just prop yourself up, and you can bring the elbows together as much as you can, so they are more closer together, the elbows, so you get less of a stretch. Roll the shoulders away from you. Neck is nice and long by tucking the chin under. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, start walking the elbows underneath the shoulders. We're gonna do it the other way around. So the right arm is on top. So you start first feeding the left arm underneath the chest, and then the right arm comes across, palms up towards the ceiling. Get yourself in a position that you can tolerate 30-40% of the stretch or the pain, and then relax the forehead onto the pillows. And then as you're breathing into these areas, start focusing onto the shoulder. First the back of the shoulder, which is the area that gets really stretched. Allowing it to relax as you're taking longer and deeper breaths. One long last breath here. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. Okay, and then prop yourself up with the elbows. Keeping the pillows as they are. I'm gonna show you the pose first, okay? So first look at me. This is called the broken wing pose. You're bringing your arms out. So we're gonna start first with the right, okay? So I'm gonna show you how I'm rolling back. You're then turning the head onto the left side. So you're turning the head away from the straight arm. Make sure that the arm is got the palm facing down and is not higher than the shoulder, okay? Now you're rolling onto your right, bringing your left leg out at the back. And then you're rolling onto the right arm, so you're really feeling the stretch onto the arm. And then you're just opening the chest to the sides. Again, the more pillow you have, the less stretch you're gonna get onto the shoulder. So if you lie down onto the floor with the belly down, the right arm is onto the sides with the palm facing down towards the floor. We're gonna stay into this pose for at least 2 minutes, so make sure you're comfortable, okay? Prop yourself up with your head onto the pillow, turn the head onto the left. And then helping yourself with your left hand, so your left palm is on the floor, you're rolling onto the right shoulder, lift the left leg up, bend the knee, place the left foot behind the body, and then either you support yourself with your left hand in front of you, or you're placing your left hand on top of the left leg, relaxing the head on the pillow. And now really allow, with the breath, to relax into this pose and feeling the stretch onto the right arm. Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. You can close your eyes if you want to. And then on the next inhale, start rolling yourself back onto the front. We're gonna do it on the opposite side, okay? So left arm is out. You're turning your head onto the right side. And then propping yourself up with your right hand, roll yourself onto the left arm, right leg up, so that basically the foot is behind the body, and either you support yourself with your right arm, or you can place the hand on top of the right leg, rolling yourself onto the sides, feeling the stretch onto the front of your left shoulder. If you're feeling a lot of pain, come out of the pose, put yourself up with a little bit more pillows, and then find a position where you can sort of stay there for a minute or two, where you're only feeling about 30-40% of the stretch or of the pain, okay? Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. Close your eyes for a second. Really start getting into the pose, and as the time goes by with the breath, you should be able to feel that joint, the left shoulder joint, starting to let go and feeling the stretch into different parts of the left shoulder. As we're staying into the position, we are allowing the fascia to sort of start really readjusting and stretching. So we're basically, with these yoga classes, we're basically trying to stretch the lung and the large intestine channel, yeah? One more breath here. Inhaling to the count of 5. And exhaling to the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, start coming out of the pose by rolling back onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders and tucking your toes under. You're coming into your hands and knees, and you're sitting back into child pose. Keeping your arms forward, so you're stretching the shoulders and that channel in just in the front. Sitting on your heels, so you're really relaxing the back. Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. And now what we're going to do, we're going to look forward, sliding the hands forward as we're bringing the bum up towards the ceiling. Again, we're going to stay in this position for a little longer. So maybe grab hold of a block and you can relax the forehead onto the floor or onto the block. Bringing your bum up towards the ceiling. Now bend the arms at the elbows, joining the hands together behind the head. Feeling that stretch into the front of the arms, so you were still working on the lung and large intestine channel. Inhaling to the count of 5 and exhaling to the count of 5. Two more breaths here. Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. And one more breath, inhaling to the count of 5 and exhaling to the count of 5. Release the hands. You're coming up so that you're sitting on your heels, and shift yourself so that your bum gets on the floor and you're folding, you're bringing your legs forward. Okay, so we're gonna do another position where it is the bound angle pose. So you're bringing your feet together with the knees out to the sides. If you need support, you can put some pillows behind the knees. We're gonna stay in this position again for a little while. So you don't want to have the feet too close to you. You actually bring the feet together away from you so that when you're folding forward, you're trying to bring the head towards the feet and you're curving the back, okay? Now you can put quite a few pillows on top of the feet. Okay, so that as you're folding forward, you're resting the head onto the pillow, and then what I want you to do with your hands, I'm going to show you the point. As the legs are out like this, with your hands, you're placing the hand like this just underneath the patella, so just underneath the knee, the bone on front of the knee. Wherever the index finger falls, you start massaging this part of the leg. So you're massaging this area here with the finger as you're folding forward, okay? That's a point, which is stomach 37, that connects to the large intestine and the lungs, okay? So have your feet out to the sides. The hands are just underneath the kneecap. Wherever the index finger falls, you start pressing on that point, okay? And then you're gonna fold forward, relaxing the forehead down onto the floor, and try to keep your arms on the inside of the legs, okay? So that your hand just rests on top of the knees and on top of the legs. And then you're starting to massage. So with the index and middle finger, you're just creating little circles on the outside of the big bone that you're feeling running down the whole of the lower leg, okay? You can go a little bit down and a little bit up, so that way basically we connect to stomach 36 and stomach 37, which are two very important digestive points. But the stomach 37 is the point that basically connects directly to the large intestine, okay? So you're just massaging yourself as you're going down and up onto that sort of muscle that runs alongside that big bone that runs down onto the lower legs. Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. Two more breaths here. Inhaling to the count of 5 through the nose. Exhaling to the count of 5 through the nose. And one long last breath. Inhale into the count of 5. Exhale into the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up. Get rid of the pillow and the block for a little bit. Cross your legs so you can sit on the pillows if you want. Okay? Cross your legs in front of you. And then right arm down onto the floor, just alongside your bum. Left elbow up towards the ceiling so that the palms are facing away from the body. You're looking at the dorsum at the top of your hand. And then on the next inhale, open the chest towards your left so you're feeling the stretch onto the front of your left arm. And on the exhale, you're turning towards the right, trying to point the elbow down towards your right hand, looking down towards the mat. Inhale, bring the left elbow up towards the ceiling. Open the chest by pulling that elbow back a little bit. And exhale, you're turning towards the right, bringing the left elbow as close as you can towards your right hand. Inhale, come back out, stretch the left arm, pointing the elbow up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the left elbow as close as you can towards the right hand. One more time. Inhale, bring your left elbow up and back, opening that chest. And exhale, bringing your left elbow down towards your right hand. We're gonna swap over. Left arm towards next to the bum. Right elbow up towards the ceiling. You're looking at the top of your hand. On the next inhale, bring your right elbow back a little bit. Stretch the front of your shoulder. And exhale, right elbow towards your left hand. Inhale, come back up, right elbow up towards the ceiling and back, stretching that front of your shoulder, exhaling all the way down. 2 more, inhaling all the way up, exhaling, coming down, and inhale up, and then exhale down. Okay, so now straighten the legs in front of you. Bring the right knee up towards the chest and cross it over the left leg. You're gonna try to bring your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. So if you need to slide that right foot towards the left foot and keeping that left leg straight by pointing the toes up. So as you're sliding the foot down, you should be able to bring your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. And then you're pointing the toes of the left hand up towards the ceiling. You're making a fist with the right hand and you're placing it onto the palm of the left hand and you're turning the torso towards your right. So you're pressing with the hands so you can sort of open the chest, push the chest forward and looking towards your right hand. We're gonna stay here for at least a minute. So make yourself comfortable. Make sure that you're pulling your torso up so that you're basically using the core muscle. And imagine somebody's pulling you from the head and pulling that spine up, straight up towards the ceiling as you're pushing on the hands and opening the chest towards the right side. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. And one more breath here. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, come back to the center. We're gonna do it on the other side. So, turn to the front, towards the front, hug the right knee towards the chest and release the right leg down towards the floor. Keep your right leg straight, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling, left knee towards the chest, cross it over and then slide that foot until you can bring your right elbow outside the left knee, Point the fingers up towards the ceiling, fist into the right palm, and then on the next inhale, suck the belly in, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, as you're turning towards your left, you're pushing the chest forward, so you're opening the shoulders, feeling the strength into the arms, but also working on the core muscles. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. One more breath here. Inhaling to the count of 5. Exhaling to the count of 5. And then on the next inhale, release the arms first. Turn the torso back towards the center. Hug the left knee towards the chest and release it. We're going to do one last exercise. Then you can go into the meditation if you want to on Shavasana into my In2 Health channel. I've got the 2 meditation classes, okay? So you're lying onto your back. Now you're lying onto your left side and you're bringing your left arm forward, okay? Palms facing up towards the ceiling. You're bending that left leg, so the leg that is underneath, and you're trying to grab it with the right hand. And then you're turning your torso towards your chest towards the ceiling as you're bringing the head up towards the ceiling. If you cannot grab hold of the feet, don't worry, just bring the other arm out into the waist and try to turn the torso. So you're placing it on the hip. Try to bring that right hip down towards the floor as you're looking up towards the ceiling. Inhaling to the count of 5 and exhaling to the count of 5. Really try to relax into the pose. And then on the next inhale, come back onto the sides of the body. We're going to do it on the opposite side, okay? The video might come off. Just carry on doing it on the other side. I'm just going to show you how. You're lying onto the right side. The right arm is forward in front of you, palm facing up towards the ceiling. Bend the right leg so that you can grab hold of the ankle if you can. And then you can bring your left leg forward if you want to. And then roll yourself onto your back, relaxing the head onto the floor, looking up towards the ceiling, opening the chest and the shoulders, and really relaxing into this pose. Inhaling to the count of 5, exhaling to the count of 5. So after this, just go into the meditation if you wish to. Otherwise, we'll see you next week and we're going to do the stomach and the spleen, okay?